So, enjoying the long weekend, folks? This is Rosie Duck, your regular host of After AI Tech. Today, from the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, digging deep into the topic. And with us today is a leading travel expert. He's just passing through an incognito, so we'll call him Baron von Vacation.
Thank you, Rosie. I started traveling back in the days of Zeppelins. Oh, it was so long ago. You'd be flying over Prussia and suddenly a suitcase full of fireworks would catch fire. Now that was excitement, not like today. Not everyone made it off the ground, but everyone came down.
It's all gravity's fault. It's why I stopped flying south. You gain a couple of pounds and it becomes dangerous. You don't want to endanger the oil barges in the Mediterranean. What if the wings give out? What then? So now I mostly vacation at home. Minimal lines, maximum gadget charging. So what else was popular in your day?
Hot air balloons. Not everyone can get off the ground.
That's simply because they never learned to fly kites properly as children. Take us, for instance. We once gifted our boss a hot air balloon ride for his birthday. An excellent present. We brought him there at 5 a.m, blindfolded. We all climbed into the basket and only let him open his eyes after we'd reached a respectable altitude.
And how is he? Did he survive?
Did he survive? Well, technically yes, but he was linguistically challenged after that. And that's saying something since he was a linguist by trade, a tankist translator, military linguist. That day, the Brighton literary style truly conquered new horizons. We even got a new office code phrase out of it, to launch the boss into the air. It became a real euphemism.
And how else did you vacation back in the times of Shakespeare and Byron, Baron?
Well, we also used to ride Malamute to the North Pole. You take some canned goods, write your will, bring a couple of friends, a good old rifle, and a solid supply of dry gunpowder.
Goodness, Baron, what a vacation that was. Frankly, from everything you've listed, the only thing the Malamutes approve of is a stash of canned goods. No offense, Rosie. I'm a vegan. I don't eat foie gras. I only pull the sled for fun, on weekends or during vacation.
I have no doubt in you, Molly. I forgot to introduce you. Today we have Molly with us, a genuine sled dog. Malamute, straight from Alaska.
Well, yes, I currently work in procurement, so you could say that I'm still in hauling, just a different kind. Hello to all the lovers of the spring snow.
Greetings, Molly. How are things in Alaska?
The dynamics are something else. Nothing but constant comings and goings. One moment, the ducks are flying south. The next, southerners are flying to see the ducks. Always bustling about, forever on the move. But we, the old guard, we stick to the old traditions. If you work tirelessly and with enthusiasm, who needs a vacation?
Molly, you are an employer's dream.
So, regarding leisure, the new generation has rather lost the charm of it all, don't you think?
Quite. We were just discussing that very notion. I must say, I entirely agree. The ponds were undoubtedly broader in one's youth, and the duckweed was unquestionably greener.
Oh, you are speaking of your avian concerns, Rosie. We used to holiday with champagne in Venice, not with a VR headset in the drawing room, like my grandson does. Why one would simply write to one's cousin in January, "Shall summer with you, do prepare the room with a view of the Belvedere." And the letter would arrive precisely by June. Or, on occasion, the postilion would overtake one's carriage to deliver it just as one arrived. And no one ever complained about the accommodations. We knew how to holiday properly. Wintering by the sea, taking the waters in summer. Not like today, huddled under the air conditioning.
Can you upload your consciousness to VR and vacation without physically being there?
Then that's not a vacation. And it's certainly not paradise. It's a prison with Wi-Fi.
I think so too. Nothing can replace the annual marathon, the Paris-Dakar rally, or yachting with friends.
And is it really that important to rest?
Certainly.
Even ducks need a break. We're sick of bread and selfies too.
Did you mean bread in circuses? That's a lot of carbs, Rosie. You should try the Dukan diet.
I haven't gotten to that point yet. But sometimes I want to eat our cameraman, al dente. We have a full house today. It's a classic case of the old meeting the new. With us is Katie, a booking agent. She never travels herself because she never has the time. She works 24/7. But her clients have been to 200 countries and even call her in the middle of the night just to thank her for her service. There's nothing quite like the gratitude of a loyal customer.
Hello everyone! Book our tours now. We're offering a 20% discount to anyone who can manage to book, fly out and return before the end of the broadcast.
Whoa, what's the rush?
It's a flash sale.
Katie's constantly buried in work. If you don't see our other guest here in the studio, don't be surprised. With us is Nora, a holographic tour guide. She's not quite as polished as a regular booking agent yet. She's always interrupting and throwing in random sightseeing facts. But be careful, if you ignore her, she gets offended. So you have to be very clear with your questions.
How about I generate a 250-page PDF guide on Lower Mesopotamia for you, starting from the 5th century BC?
No!
A friend of mine accidentally ended up in Reunion instead of Reykjavik because she used a virtual booking agent. Then they told her it was a software update. Robots just can't pick the right all-inclusive resort.
Super, let's continue. I am booking an all-inclusive package for the entire company. Please provide your credit card number. Everyone is getting a full upgrade. On your dime.
No!
Yeah, well, it's not like launching a space shuttle. It's not all that simple. I guess the locals in coastal Spain will be bored without the crowds of tourists and selfie sticks.
What sticks?
Molly, stand down, false alarm. What I'm trying to say is, it's about over-tourism and the strain on these resort towns. They're exhausted by people and are only renting themselves out to AI-guided tours now. Isn't that a solution?
Absolutely not. Are you trying to kill the tourism sector?
I've heard about these holograms. Some of them look at it like a young Miss Vacation. So, who's better? A real travel agent or an AI-generated one?
I don't trust anything I can't bite.
Molly, for a talking Malamute, you should be more open to new experiences.
The only experiments I'm open to involve marrow bones, Rosie. But all this virtual tourism is a complete, I was going to say, simulation. Well, at least I thought it.
Have you heard about those new smart suitcases? The ones with built-in AI but no handle? Rumor has it, it's seen more countries than all of us combined, and it didn't even need a ticket. My advice? Always be polite to these newfangled gadgets. Even a suitcase wants respect, especially since it's the one always hauling everyone else's stuff, and it keeps a log of everything. So if you don't want to end up without your swimsuit at a critical moment, I'd be extra nice to it.
Just think how romantic it is. You have your VR headset, artificial sand all around, climate control at your fingertips, drone bartenders.
And you're telling me there's no sand in your swimsuit? I'm not ready for that. You just don't get it. Real tourists get sunburned and fight for lounge chairs. What about that penguin belly tan you get when you fall asleep in the sun? It's a rite of passage.
Well, that's a subjective opinion. Nowadays, people are dreaming of space tourism. They truly believe the future of vacation is beaches on Mars.
Are these the same people who can't tell astronomy from astrology? I'm afraid you might get a bit of a sunburn up there.
Yeah, to cosmic dust.
Baron, you're being critical. I maintain that in the future, we will travel light. Everything we need will be stored in the cloud.
Even the bones?
Even the bones. If a VR beach becomes more realistic than a real one, where do you think people will choose to go?
I'd go to the North Pole. You couldn't pay me to go there in real life, but the views are magnificent.
Besides, even robots want a vacation. They dream of a machine resort with mud baths made of motor oil.
Thanks to all our participants. All right, weekend warriors? Managed to relax yet? I think we found a compromise. Every opinion has its merits. Although personally, I still think the best tour is a little peace and quiet. This is Rosie Duck, your host for After AI Tech. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because after AI, everything changes. Please subscribe and share.